happy Bank Holiday Monday. Yes, it is. It's a bank holiday. But this one coming from Carrie Underwood's second studio album. The album Carnival Ride came out in 2007. Tracks like Last Name we've played before. I Told You So was a big hit off the album. But this is one from just on the album itself. In fact, where was it? It was track 11. Right now, down towards the end of the original release of the album. This is Carrie Underwood and The More Boys I Meet. Hunter Hayes and Wanted. That was 2012, the second single from his self-titled debut album. Got to number 1 on the Hot Country Songs chart. Tonight is a number 1 special, so we're looking at tracks that have topped the Hot Country charts since 1980. So we're going to rock it round. We're going to do an 80s, a 90s, a noughties, a 10s and a 20s track in that order. We are going to slip the albums of the month in at some point along the line as well, just because we can, because it's the final week of albums of the month. We're going to slip them in, but everything else tonight is just going to be banging out the tunes of number 1s from across the eras. And we kicked off back in the year I was born, 1987, Hank Williams Jr. and Born to Boogie topping the chart for 1 week back then. That kicks off our 80s. We're going to move it into the 90s now, right slap bang in the middle of the 90s, 1995, and a 2-week number 1 stint for Wade Hayes. This is Old Enough to Know Better. Red Ferrin, Just Like Johnny, coming off the old number 7 EP he released earlier this year for Amber's choice for album of the month. And don't forget, we'll have a brand new album of the month next month, so get in touch. Radio. It's just one of them tracks you've got to have a little bit of a dance to there. Eddie Rabbit, I Love a Rainy Night. Number 1 back in 1981 there. And that was Eddie's 8th country number 1 and his one and only number 1 on the US mainstream chart. That was the 5th single off her debut album, the 5th and final single, Should Have Said No by Taylor Swift. Her self-titled debut album, which I still think is the best album of the lot. It's proper country. It's a great album on there with some great songs. That spent 2 weeks at number 1 in 2008, and 3 years later, another 2-week number 1. This time, we go to the Zac Brown Band. Of course, Richie by Cat Stevens. That there, Sheryl Crow's version of The First Cut is the Deepest, as the single off her very best of Sheryl Crow album. That actually was her first solo country charting hit, as that got to number 35 in the country chart. Before that, she charted in the country chart, duetting with Kid Rock on Picture. Colin Ray and My Kind of Girl, as I'm going to leave you with one more now. Let's move it across a little bit. Billy Joe Spears, You Never Can Tell, C'est La Vie. Thank you for listening and good night.